Vadd here. Welcome to Nine Kings. We are going to try out the King of Progress today. I've been paying really close attention, reading over all of the various cards from the King of Progress, and we basically only have one path forward. There's literally just one way that I think will be very effective, which means this is going to be one of those kings where all the stars in the moon in the sky need to align just right. We have to get defenders. We've got to get them tanky. We've got to get poison thorns. I think with that setup, we can run it. I've looked at these lab rats, but I think these are mid-game troops. I think they're going to struggle in the first 10 levels, and those are the most important. So we're going to really try and play these defender cards. And I think this is going to be an absolute sweat fest. I think this is going to be just so nasty to try and get this to actually work. But we're going to try and make it work. We're at level 0, so we have basically no perks at all, which is okay. The recent update that reworked all of the perk trees. We do have perks, but we have none of the faction-specific perks you need to make this deck work. I don't like Reinforce. I don't like the Concabulator. I don't like the rats. I don't like Precision. I don't like the Converter. I don't like the Executor, and I don't even like Overhaul. I said it. I don't like Overhaul. All these cards are super, super niche and specific, and there's almost always a better card to play, and it makes me very concerned about the King of Progress here. We're going to hit it and try our best. In case you did not notice, we are on the King difficulty, so that's a top tier difficulty, and already we don't have the Defender in our first set. So we're pretty much, it's kind of over. It's going to be that kind of a fight here. Now, all of that having been said, our core building here is this mothership, which is cool. We can kill that unit. There we go. And the mothership here, let's see, flies toward enemies and does damage. That's cool. I like that. We can try Thieves. It's not really a winning strategy, so I don't really want to going on Thieves, but if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. I mean, anything to try and get it done. So remember, Thieves dive the back line. We'll see how it shakes out. There's a playlist if you want to see the other 9 Kings and some of the other paths forward and the ways we've gotten them to be successful. That has all the other 9 Kings that are currently available, and I definitely recommend checking that out. So we'll throw down a Converter, and then we're going to cook it with the Overhaul there in a minute. I do have one small favor here in our first run, that if you like this video, click like. YouTube channel members and the Patreon to support what I do. We're in it. We're in our first run, and things are, they're moving. They are moving. Add 9 precision cards to your hand. Oh, please no. Well, let's go with, okay, does double movement speed affect this? Movement speed here is 1.7. Huh. That's interesting. Let's just take the 3 random plots. That's fine. So Overhaul is going to destroy a card to level up 2 other cards. Here we go. Got him. Oh my goodness. That mothership's kind of intimidating. I'm looking forward to seeing how it looks once we upgrade it. There's 3 units, 2 units, 0 units. Wow, that was really close. Maybe too close. So attack speed here is not great. So maybe the beacon is a good pickup, and we can try and get this mothership to hit quicker. I mean, we're really relying on what other kings there are so we can get their decks in play. Defenders, finally. Okay. Okay, you're a blessing. Double the HP of the card. We'll put these defenders wherever that slot is, no matter how bad it is. Okay, that's actually really bad. well, that's the slot we've got. That sucks. So the way the defenders work, they're kind of cool, is they do no damage. They do absolutely no damage, but they reflect all the damage they receive. So if we can get a force down into our farm, we're pretty set. There are 9 units under that stack. Please tell me we don't lose health here. Man, that sucks. Get a level going on that mothership. It's doing a lot of good damage for us, I feel like. Okay, there are 37 units in there. 20 units. Oh, man. We're going to lose again. 19 units. 11. Come on, 9. 9 units in there. Darn. Darn. We have 1 life left and it's over. Okay, let's get the King of Nothing involved. Hopefully we can get a farm. That'd be huge. And we will throw down... We'll throw down an altar. See what we can make happen. I think most likely series of events is we lose here, is we have 0 troops and they have 50. That's our first run. Year 8. Sucks to suck. Your kingdom has perished. Boo. It's year 3 and the king of nomads is in the mix. So we're able to pick up a dragon, better and for worse. But that also means there might be a camp we can grab, and a camp would actually be a pretty okay thing to grab to try and get more power on our mothership. And as the King of Progress, we do have a card that lets us destroy other tiles, so we should actually be able to get some power on that dragon as well, which could be really nice. We'll take a reroll here. Converter towers now summon bombers instead of lab rats. That's interesting. That could actually be a lot more dangerous than it looks. So the mothership has a 15% crit chance. Let's bump it up to 35%. I think we lose a life this round to the King of Spells. We just don't have enough units. We fielded 6, they fielded 12. We just killed our first 2. That's tough. That's really tough. We're going to destroy the target plot to receive 3 random cards and buff up our dragon. And we really did not get good cards here. That really sucks. Oh. Well. Yeah, we cannot reinforce these guys. We will pitch the Earthworks card. Man, some of those cards would have been really nice to use if we had a better card in our hand. I think we just lost this round too. We've killed nothing. There we go, 2 units. Oh my goodness. That would have been a great plot to get a defender on. So they fielded 24 units. We just killed 10 of them. Come on. It's over. I think this run might be over. I said it right at the start. We have to get just the perfect series of events to line up for us. And here we are. Without my perfect series of events that we need. Yeah, it's probably the run. That's a bummer. Dude. There it is. They got us. Your kingdom has perished. It's year 5. We just got our first defender card, which is huge. This is going to make or break our run right here. The King of Nomads is in place. We were able to pick up a dragon earlier, but we don't have a way to buff it just yet. We really need to get a little lucky with these defenders. I think we lose a life here. They got us. Well, boy. We're going to re-roll this and really hope we get another defender. We did not. We got overhaul, though. We can work with an overhaul. Any card on those spots are going to level up. Of course they are. Well, let's grab this fire, right? It's going to heal our units. I know it's showing damage numbers, but realistically it is healing, not actually damaging. We killed nothing versus the King of Spells. Oh my goodness, this might end our run. We have 2 lives, so they're only going to take 1 run, but we can't take that kind of heat again. That sucked. Oh, man. Reroll for 10. Reroll for 20. Reroll for... Oh, we're out of rerolls. Darn. Huge bummer. This is rough. I mean, this is really rough. I was hoping the helium would keep my defenders in longer, so they could reflect more damage, but I don't know if it's working. So the damage number again on that spider is really how much helium's putting out, which is pretty significant. We're going to re-roll this. Oh, re-roll again? Man, that sucks. We really need more of these defenders. Choose the King of the War against. And if we could re-roll this, we would. We just can't. Is none of the... We want the King of Farms we want the King of Nothing for his farms. And we want the King of... Nothing for his farms. And then we want the King of... Who's the other one that's good? We want the King of Nature for the Procreate card, right? And for the Forest. That's the game, year 9. Bummer. It's year 4. We've got our Mothership at the tier 1 of 3. We have a Cory at tier 1 of 3, and we have a Defender at tier 1 of 3. We're not in a great position. We've already lost a life, which means our first council for the Royal Decree has to be the Thorns. We have to get Thorns here, or I think the run is over. We have a free reroll, so we're going to go for it. No Thorns. We will reroll a second time. No Thorns. We're going to go for a third reroll. Okay, no Thorns. We will reroll a fourth time. Still no Thorns. We're going to go for our fifth and final reroll. There's nothing more we can do here after this. Poison Thorns. There it is. It took 5 rerolls, having a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chance. So we went through 25 of these. That's crazy. Now, don't get me wrong. Double the attack range of your Mothership is huge. We have to get Poison Thorns. It is just basically mandatory to try and get these defenders cranking. As one of the most important things they do is they group up all the troops together. Now, we still might lose. It still just might not be enough. But it's basic. There we go. There we go. You see the poison? The poison basically won us that fight. Wasn't even close. All right, we're fielding 6 of these defenders. We've got to get a way to get more of them. If we can get more of them, we can win this run. This is where we need to be for all intents of purposes here. Now, maybe tempted to go walls, but we'll go Mothership again. All right, whatever's on those blinking plots there will level up at the next year. Good to know. It's the 3rd level of our Mothership. And it's the mages, dude. This is trouble. They stay super spread apart. They hit really hard. There's a lot of them. We're outnumbered about 3 to 1. We might lose our second life here. It's going to come down to that poison damage. The poison damage will decide this fight. We lost. Dude. It's just so bad. I don't think we can Mothership again. Oh, we can. Okay, there we go. So there's the next tier Mothership. That's cool. It does not feel good to see 42 enemy units and us fielding only 6 units. Now, to be fair, the 6 units are pretty good. However, none of these help us. We've got to get another defender. Man. Wage war against a new king. King of nothing. Please give us farms. We desperately need farms, dude. We're so close to losing this run, but we're also like in an okay position if we could just hang in there a little longer and get more chances to get more cards we need. We are winning these fights off the Poison Thorns, and it's not even a debate. Okay, King of Magic is coming in, and hopefully we can get it done. Oh, they just hit so hard. All right, he's going to come down to the poison again. They fielded 39 troops. We killed 0. Come on, poison. That's the game. That sucks. Well, trying to get the perfect series of events here, but with one more life, maybe. This could be the run. It's the first time we've got our Mothership and our defenders on the first go. This is very exciting. And we're playing into the King of Nothing as well. And we've yet to, like, this is a really good place to be for us. Okay, we do have free rerolls. And we really want to farm. Is it worth re-rolling to get the farm? I think not. I think we have to take the blacksmith and just wait for the council. Because the council is going to come here in a couple years. And if we don't get thorns, it's going to make this run very, very difficult. Do we go steel coat on defenders? Does that make sense? I think we take the wild card and we just level up the defenders. We know they're super important to our strategy. Having more of them is the play. Definitively. Next year is the council. So we can't afford to reroll anything. And we have to get thorns here. Ultra Gravity is like the second pickup, I think, but we have to get thorns here. So we do not have any thorn option here. So one reroll in. No thorns here in the second one. So we're going for a second reroll. There are no thorns on the third one. So we're going to go for a fourth reroll. Poison thorns. All right. We could not be in a better position for this army comp. Okay, I take it back. We could have got a farm up by now. But for all things considered, this is where we want to be. We have all our lives. It's year 5. We're going to re-roll. No, we'll wait a turn. We'll grab the mothership. We can get that upgraded. And we need to get a farm up. Because if we wait much longer on the farm, we're going to just fall too far behind. Is like I said right at the start, I've been paying close attention to the King of Progress and super nitpicky of a dude to try and work with here. 9 years is going to be a blessing. Double the damage of whatever's on that target plot. Cool. We're putting no damage on that plot. We're going to throw down the lab rats just so we can torch them and upgrade 2 other plots. That poison damage is getting us just massive value right now. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to reroll this one and try and get the farm. There it is. Huge. So what the farm does is every turn it's going to recruit 1 more of these defenders. We have all of our lives. We have our blacksmith making sure our mothership's damage keeps scaling. We have our defenders that reflect, they're tanky, and they have the thorns. We have a farm making more of them. The next piece to our puzzle is to get our hands on... We need the King of Forests. There it is, of nature. We want to get a forest card down. A forest card is going to just put us in a really strong position. Because it's going to make our defenders more tanky. Oh, the poison brought that one home. That was huge. The value we're getting from that poison spell is massive. All right, we're going to re-roll this once to try and get that third defender. All right, we'll just take the lab rat. I don't want to burn too many re-rolls. We've yet to fight the King of Nature, but I feel like we'll do pretty good. He's got some fast units with the hogs, but we do that reflect damage. And so the King of Nature has a lot of those backline units. But we do all that reflect damage and the poison, so I thought we'd do better than this. Panic. Oh, no. We lost our first life here on year 10. Come on. Okay. Do we take a steel coat? I feel like the easy answer is yes. But I wonder if it'll be better to go with something like an explosion, right? All right, let's burn out these rats, see what we get. Procreate, awesome. And even better, the shield, awesome. We can't afford to reinvest, but we can go mothership twice. That was a really good round for us, year 10 here. I know we lost a life coming into that year, but our kingdom really prospered in between. So we'll take that. Again, we're completely relying on that poison to kill that back line. Very cool. I think walls would be good. Maybe we take them. They're maybe not great, but they're not bad. Not sure where we want to put them. Probably here. I don't think that's the best tile for it, but we might get rid of it. At least that gives us an option to upgrade the farm and the blacksmith if we get a good draw from the king of... the Red King, whatever his name is. The Crimson Crown, he's got some name. Rivers of Blood, the Blood King, the King of Blood, that guy. I think this might be the run. I know we lost 1 life, but if we can get in the next council meeting, the big... Okay, hold on. We are going for the forest. 1 more try for the forest. 1 more try for the forest. There it is. And an expansion. Awesome. We're going to go ahead and grab... I think this tile here is good. For the minute, we'll throw a forest down here. And so the forest is going to make our tanky troops more tanky, which is everything we need from them, as more survivability means they're reflecting more damage. And that's the way we win. Awesome. And that gets our defender the 3rd stack of defense here. And there it is. That's the magic. I think we have all the parts here to get this build to come together. It's year 13. We got the farm. We've got the forest, we've got the farm, all on our defenders who have 1 stack of steel coat and the poison thorns. In addition, we've got a blacksmith running on top of our mothership for increased damage. I think it's over. All right, the temple is probably the best card here, definitively. So we're going to take this, but I love Gigantify. I think that's so cool. Double the size, damage, and HP. That's a great card, but the temple's too good to not pick. Okay, we need to re-roll this time to go for that mothership bump. Here we go. 1 reroll. It's not there. It's going to be our last chance to reroll. Here we go. Nope. We missed it. We did not get it. So we will take maybe Venom. Every poison effect is applied twice. Double the maximum HP of troops. We can double the HP of troops. I'm not in love with it, but it wasn't a bad play. We would have been better off with the temple. And by temple, I mean the mothership boost. But that's all right. We'll take it. So the real question is, this is the build I theory crafted, but you've seen every single run I've ever done in this video as the King of Progress. So the question becomes, is my gut right? Is this the way forward? And my follow-up is, do you have a better way? Right? What's your strat? What do you like to do to get things done? Oh my goodness, those thorns. I mean, the poison thorns with this defender are just so good. Wow. Very impressive. Overinvest on our big boys here. Oh boy. So remember that temple gives a random plot bonus 10%, but there's actually only 2 choices it currently has. It can either give our mothership or our defenders. This is one of the advantages of not having like a variety of troops and formations. It's always, in the current state of 9 Kings, it is definitively always better to take 1 stack of troops or 2 and power them up than it is to have a good mix of troops, because stacking those buffs is just so much better, right? Because if we have like 3 different troops, the temple would then have a 1 in 3 chance of putting that buff on a solid set of troops. But instead, by having just 1 possible troop, that's the only place that's going to throw it down. For example, actually, I think it can throw it on the walls. I think it can give my walls have a move speed of 1. Yeah, they're shifty like that. I think it can make the walls tankier, actually. Not 100% on that, but I think so. It's all coming together here. All right. Is that our first overhaul in a while? It is. Perfect. So we need a way to level things up. Grab one of these bad boys here, and we're going to overhaul the walls. Hopefully not regret it too much. Gets our blacksmith to the 3rd tier and temple to the 2nd. You know this army is strong when the King of Stone unleashes all these trebuchets, and on the first volley only kills 2 of them. I've never felt better about this army than ever before. Okay, Corey would also increase damage. I don't really want it. We can rebuild the wall, I guess. We're going to knock it down at some point, but we'll throw it up. I know we could pitch it for 9 gold, but the wall isn't bad, to be clear. But the longer it goes... Well, I guess it is bad because it could pull a temple buff, couldn't it? Huh. Okay, hold on. We only get one reroll at this. So overwork would be really good. So we're going to take it. What overwork does is all these support buildings you see buffing our dudes. Oh, it did buff the wall. We got to get rid of the wall. All these support buildings, they are... Each level of support building adds an additional chance to buff that turn. So a level 1 farm, each turn adds 1 troop. A level 2 farm adds 1 troop twice. So a total of 2 troops. But if you have overwork, that level 1 farm adds 1 for its level and then an additional 1 for the overwork. So it's almost always worth grabbing that overwork because you just, in most kings, you have support buildings. And for us, we have 2 very important ones. We have the forest and we have the farm. Even though they're level 2 with overwork, they're the equivalent of a level 3 version of that building. So even if we don't get the extra levels on them, we're still getting value from them. We'll take the wild card and we'll bump the temple. We can make peace with someone. Let's get rid of the King of Stone, maybe. Yeah, this is great. So the King of Nothing on the left, us in the middle, and the King of... I know it says enemies, but I kind of assume it's like a rebellion in our kingdom, right? So the King on the right, the King of Nature, and on the left, the King of Nothing. Those are the perfect enemies for us to fight. Is we know exactly how to beat these guys, and they have the right cards to buff our buildings. It's over. I think we've won this run. I don't think we can lose this one. I've said that a few times before and it's gone wrong, but I think this is more than just confidence or ego here. You can see here, they fielded 138 troops and we fielded 55, so almost 3-1, and we lost 1 dude. 1 singular troop that entire fight, and we only get stronger. I know they get stronger too, but I think we're currently outscaling them. Oh, yeah, it's coming together here. Very nice. You love to see it. I think the beacon is actually a really good fit. And we do have a level we can get on the farm. That was such a good round for us. So the blacksmith increases damage, the beacon increases attack speed, and both of them hit that mothership. That's huge. Tell me right now, like if you know a better build than what we have down, ignoring the walls, which were a mistake, clearly, I don't think there is one. I genuinely think we've just optimized this to no end, which is kind of the game, right? I'm not trying to say we've optimized the fun out of thing, we've min-maxed things too much. This is the game. Like we figured out the synergy between the different kings, and we've gotten... Force is level 3, right? It is. Okay. Well, I guess the question becomes, do we start cloning the temple? Right? Is that the path forward? I think the short answer is yes. I think we try and get rid of the walls, which requires a different king in the mix. And then having gotten rid of the walls, I think we just stack temples. I don't think there's anything more we need to do than that. I think that gets it done. Oh my goodness, this came together so nicely. I was really worried this would be like a 9-hour grind of just desperately trying to get poison thorns as well as the defender card early enough on into our run, while also getting that lined up with the King of Nothing and the King of Nature in the mix. Is that was the necessary kind of events. But the temple was, I feel like, just the icing on the cake and the cherry on top of the sundae. I mean, we didn't lose a single troop this fight. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. Orchard's probably not a bad play. Neither is Mycelium at this point. There it is, Ultra Gravity. Doubles the attack range of your mothership. We're going to grab it, which is really strong, but Feast, I think, would also be super strong. As right now, these dudes have 1,750 health, and doubling that's probably unstoppable, but I want to see how much range this really adds to the mothership, as it is a unique kind of council decision, this Ultra Gravity. It says double the attack range. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, it's huge. Oh my goodness. Wow, that's actually pretty dominant, to say the absolute least. I think our mothership is at its maximum. We did lose 1 life, so it's clearly not the perfect run. But if you know a better way to make this happen or to get more value out of this king, like, what's your strat? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think is the best thing to do. I am all ears. Hold on. We could grab more defenders, couldn't we? I guess the weakness there is we'd still... It would spread out the temple buffs, but it would just be more bodies, which might be what matters at some point. Interesting. I don't think the King of Nothing or the King of Nature have a way for us to get rid of the walls. I don't think they have a card in their deck to get rid of it. I think you have to be against the King of... Oh, no, we got an overhaul. I forgot about this bad boy. Here we go. Boom. Gotcha. That way the temple only has 3 options, right? It has the defenders or the core building, which is fine. We didn't lose a single troop. Oh my goodness. We'll clone the forest up. The King of Nature is leading his final assault. We must defend. Well, place your bets. Does he last 10 minutes or 2? Right? Like, how long does this guy last? I'm assuming, 10 seconds or 2. Hey, do me a favor. If you like this video, click like. YouTube channel members and the Patreon to support what I do. I'm Vadd, and I will see you in the next one. I do think we're going to run this one, see how far we can go with this strat, and we're changing nothing. We have no big changes planned for this at all. So we'll see if we make it to 100 with this. I think we possibly can, but just as likely not at all. We'll see how far we get, though, and we'll journey through that together. So the video's not over, but you got to wonder, like, it gets us to 33, but how much further can it actually go? It's round 90, and it is almost just absurd how effective this entire thing has been. More so than I just ever would have imagined. We've basically done nothing different. We have the forest to stack HP. We have the farms to stack units. We have the temples for that 10% juicy bonus as well. Sometimes the 10% bonus is a waste, like we get movement speed or attack speed or something, but not a big deal. We got a blacksmith buffing our mothership for her damage, right? And we have the... Oop, hold on. And we have the... What do you call this thing? Whoop, come on. The beacon to buff attack speed. So our mothership here is doing 8.12 E plus 8 hits a second. It's a lot. Okay, that's the number. It's a big number. Assuming it's accurate, it's a very big number. And that's not even talking about the amount of damage it does, which is basically every single unit on the field gets blown up. All in all, I'm pretty happy with the way things are ending up here. I don't think this is perfect. I think there's ways it could be better. For example, we are kind of wasting the forests. I think we could have spaced our troops better. So instead of using, 5 stacks of the troops, we could have just used 3 and then just stacked up 2 forests in between them. I think that would have been more effective, more efficient with our space. But ignoring that, we can get rid of the vault, probably put down another temple. And I actually think we could get rid of the blacksmith here for the damage in the beacon as well and just go temples. I think that would be getting rid of those 3 buildings and switch them into temples. I think that would be better. The easiest way to get more temples once you have one is to have the King of Nature and then use the clone spell. It's pretty much mandatory to make that work. There we go. So, yeah, we could try and make it work here. Hold on, there's the clone spell. So, for example, we can get rid of a card with mortgage. We can use sacrifice. Both of these will get rid of one, right? So we're going to get rid of this attack speed. I don't think it provides any value to us right now. So we'll take the mortgage card, throw it on there. Boom. And then we'll take the clone card and we'll be very careful here and we'll hit a temple. Boom. And then we have a new temple card. We'll throw it down. Boom. We have that wild card to level it up. Oop. And then we'll hold on to the sacrifice card and we maybe sacrifice this or put the trapper and sacrifice it so that we can level it up and then get our hands on another temple and get rid of this bank vault. I do think the bank is a good unit. We mostly needed it so we could buy out the tiles and get more shuffles, but I think at this point there isn't really a whole lot of reason to be re-rolling anything. We have all of our tiles filled with very strong buildings. I'm pretty happy with how this all shook out. I think the biggest bummer is just how much time it takes between rounds to move through all those buffs. Maybe we should be doing something different. Oh, we got to get rid of the King of Stone, though. That dude hits way too hard. I don't know if I've said that recently, but he actually killed all of our units. That's the first time that's happened. Wow. One thing that helps make this really strong as well is the overwork. So normally these temples would be hitting their buff 3 times, 1 for each of their 3 levels. But with overwork, they're actually doing it 5 times, which is pretty crazy. On year 99, the forces of chaos are going to get even more dangerous. And there's a very real possibility that that's where we lose and we don't clear 100. I'm pretty confident in what we've built up here is effective and is going to continue to be so. As again, our damage isn't really based on... The units we have don't actually deal any damage. They just reflect damage. And the longer we are here in the rounds, the more damage we're going to be reflecting, right? So that's why we just make them That's why we get more of them with farms and make them tankier with force, just so they stay in the fight longer. We also didn't get very good council buffs. We got Poison Thorns twice, Feast twice, Overwork twice, Ultra Gravity twice, 1 Catharsis, and 1 Rebirth. And we didn't even need the Rebirth. It was just the best option. There were options like unlock 3 new plots. We already have all the plots. Increased tower damage. We don't have any towers. You know, it was some kind of silly stuff. Now, one thing we can do is we can re-roll this and try for that clone. There it is. All right, the King of Nothing is leading his final assault. We must play all of our cards. So again, we use the sacrifice here. Level up that temple. We're going to go ahead and clone that temple. There it is. We'll put it down in this final plot here, and we'll drop the cauldron, and we'll see if we can clear around 99 with the increased forces of chaos. Oh boy, there it is. Oh my goodness. If you like this video, click like. YouTube channel members and the Patreon to support what I do. I'm Vadd, and I will see you in the next one as we close out the video here. If we clear around 100, we're not going to go to 101. I'm not super interested in seeing if we can break the game or explode my RAM or something. We can just get to around 100 and be like, hey, we did good. And if you have some tips on how to make this better, or how you like to run the King of Progress, let me know. That is officially year 100. We made it. Congratulations, you survived 99 years. You're truly the King of Kings. Thank you very much. Don't forget, there's a playlist with more 9 Kings if you want to see some of the other kings and how we got to where we got and how far we got. I'll see you there.